Say, hey guys, it's Klaus. You know, sometimes it's hard to read people. It's hard to know whether you're dealing with a troll or just someone who's not having a good day, or someone who's confused, or a legitimate mental case. And we're going to watch Checkmate. Great name, by the way. It is Stug 4. Play this game, and you know what I mean, like those type of people. It's just, I was at the university the other day at a talk, you know, with this girl, and that long story short, the girl thing never worked out. She wore these funny pointy shoes, was trying to save the world, but whatever. I was in the bathroom, and while I was in the bathroom, you know, just doing my business there, this professor walks in, and he's an older guy, and he's wearing a tweed kind of jacket, the old style, you know, and he's got chalk all over him on his hands and his lapels and a little bit on his face. So he's, you know, he's using the blackboard still, God bless him. But you know, the guy walks in and he stops and then turns around, does a 360, looks around, and then walks out, right? So, I mean, this guy could be a legitimate genius working on the world's genome project trying to extend human mortality, but he can't tell the difference between a classroom and the fucking washroom, right? So, it's hard to read, you know. He could be a genius, he could be a mental case, or he could be a bit of both, you know. He could be one of those academic, save-the-world genome studying scientist geniuses and a social mental case, you know. A couple of days ago, I was at the Safeway store buying some groceries, and I had to get 3 things, you know, because I was making guacamole. So I picked up some, what do you call those things? Avocados, some cilantro, or cilantro? I think it's cilantro, and an onion. And, you know, I'm gonna go home and make some guacamole dip, right? Had the other ingredients at home. So only had 3 items. I went to the express lane, which is 16 items or less express lane. And the woman in front of me had a cart with about, well, I'm a pretty good at math and counting things, and I quickly counted up what she had in her cart. She had 46 items. And as she was putting the items on the conveyor belt in front of me, you know, she kept looking at me. I had the 3 things in my hand, didn't even have a bag or a cart. And she was feeling guilty, you could tell, feeling uneasy. And finally, she says to me, she started the conversation. I didn't start the conversation. She says to me, "Oh, you don't have very much stuff. Oh, I've got a bit more than you, but I'm late for work." And I wasn't in a rush, so I didn't really get upset or anything. I just said to her, "Well, you know, everyone's in a hurry. This is an express lane, but you know, no worries." And thought that would be it, but she felt, I guess, a little insecure and awkward about the whole thing. So rather than say, "Well, you know, I'm sorry, but I'll you know, I just had to sneak in here this time," she says to me, "I have a husband and I have to buy more groceries than you. I have kids to feed and a job to go to, not like some people that don't have anything to do. Don't expect me to let you in front if you're going to be like that." And I really wasn't sure what she meant by "be like that." I don't know, that's kind of a weird thing. Or why she would tell me that she has kids, like to imply that I have a husband, so I don't want you hitting on me. She's, you know. So I don't know. Is she socially awkward? Is she having a stressful day? Or is she just a mental case? It's difficult to tell, but you know, the women are sometimes like that. You know those women that are very awkward when you talk to them for the first time. Like you'll see one and you'll say something like, "Hi, excuse me, do you know what time it is?" And they feel so awkward and so frustrated that they'll say something like, "Just a minute, let me check my watch. My husband gave me this watch on our anniversary. Yeah, it's 2:30. Like, what? I wanted to know what time it is. But anyway. Let's watch the video here. Look at Look at user 300229542 there in the M4. He tried to shoot, checkmate, missed, and is on his side now. Yeah, so that's awkward and weird. Just like the woman, you ask her what time it is, and she says, "Yeah, let me just check the watch that my husband gave me for our anniversary." Is she trying to tell you that, I'm married and I have a husband, and how dare you speak to me and ask me the time? And if you have anything in that mind of yours, ulterior motives, I just want to let you know right off the bat that I have a husband and I'm married, and I'm not comfortable just telling you the time without you knowing that. Like, are they socially inept or mental cases, or they're hard to figure out, right? And at least that's what I think. And in this particular game, we have an example here. There's the guy on his side, the M4. What is he even doing or thinking? The game was just going on, and checkmate here is doing a pretty good job. They're losing. He's taking a lot of shots, and he's fighting this game, and then the M4 decided to try and shoot him, but was ineptly pathetic enough to drive into one of the dead tanks that's on this map all the time and flip sideways. And now this teammate, the PZ, has been spending the last 2 minutes trying to flip him over while checkmate is winning the game. It's just a socially awkward, weird situation that you don't know if you're dealing with strange people having a bad day, people that are just in other areas of life geniuses, or just plain mental cases. Do you understand what's going on here? So the PZ is still trying to flip the guy over, and now he's finally flipped him over. So user 30002295542. It's an interesting name. Like, how the fuck did he get that name? Did he choose it? It's user underscore and all the numbers. Is that a name you get after Wargaming bans you and gives you a name, or did he choose that name? Or is he the type of guy that if you ask him, "Excuse me, sir, what time is it?" He'll say, "Well, just let me check the watch that my wife gave me for our anniversary," as if to tell you, if you're a homosexual and you're coming on to me, I'm just going to let you know right now that I have a wife. Or is he like a nutty professor with chalk all over him that walks into the bathroom and does a 360 and then walks out because he's forgotten where his lecture is? So now he's decided to come behind checkmate, and he's very comfortable behind. He's very comfortable right up, beside checkmate's ass. So he's feeling a little awkward here. He's going to pull back and say, "This is a little strange, buddy. Let me just pull back. Maybe I'll move to this bush, and we can stay side by side, but front to back is a little weird, right?" It's like you ever go into the bathroom and a guy, and there's 10 urinals in the bathroom, and you go up there and you whip it out, right, and you start having a leak, and another guy comes in and there's 10 urinals, and the guy picks the one right beside yours to go. Right? He's got 9 other choices. Or I guess he's got 7 other choices that are not connected to yours, but he picks the one right beside you, and not homophobic shit or anything, nothing like that. I'm just, whether you're straight or not, to me that's a little weird, right? And this M4 here, it just kind of reminds me of this situation. You got checkmate here just keeps pulling back, but the M4 is only comfortable when he's rubbing up against his ass, and it's just one of those, there is a game going on, and checkmate is trying his best to win, and he can't back up anymore because the M4 is right in the corner, so he's going to move up, right? Get away from this guy. Is zip it up and move 2 urinals to the right and start trying to pee again. When you stop, it's always hard to start again, but can you imagine you go to the bathroom and you're taking a leak, and then some guy comes in and gets right beside you in the next urinal, so you look at him and you zip up and you move over and then start again, and then he moves over next to you again? That's just fucking weird, right? Okay, so checkmate is saying, "Well, fuck you, I'm going to move over to another bush." And now this guy comes up behind him again. It's like he's only comfortable right beside him or behind him. And it's very hard to read people. And I'm not saying that this guy, I have no idea what he's into. And everyone's private life should be kept private. What he does in his bedroom is no business of ours. But I'm just saying, this kind of behavior is just a little strange, and to me, it's hard to know whether this guy is just socially awkward or just this is his normal behavior and he thinks that everyone else is abnormal, or he's just a mental case. It's hard to know, and now he's going to sit quietly in this bush while Checkmate's going to just leave and say, I've had enough of this, right? Because he'd rather be in the open than in the bushes with that guy, right? He'd rather be out here in the open and get hit than spend another second in the bushes with the freakoid, right? And now he can't handle it. He's wondering, what the fuck was that all about? He's pinging the map. That has no, he can't read the guy, right? He doesn't know. What the hell is this guy? Is he a crackpot? Who knows? Who knows what has gone through his head? But that's what you get sometimes. And now it's up to the M4. Let's switch to his perspective. And now he's on his own, and he's actually going to try and win the game. So I'm not sure whether this guy. He probably thought that Checkmate was being really weird, right? He's in a different universe. He sees things from we all are in different universes in our minds, right? In his mind, he probably thought, I keep moving close to this guy. I want to be right beside him, right up his ass beside him, and he keeps moving away. Like, that is weird. I just want to snuggle up beside him, and the two of us together, we can try and win this game. And he keeps moving away. And in this guy's mind, he probably thinks Checkmate was a weirdo for moving away, right? Just like Checkmate thought he was a weirdo for coming and rubbing up against his ass. It's all relative. It's all depends what perspective you're looking at. It's very difficult to understand where people are coming from. So from this M4's point of view, he probably thought that the whole team was weird. Like the guy that was trying to flip him over. I wonder why it's taking him so long. Why can't he flip me, right? I'm snuggled up to this Stug. I just want to be beside him. I want to be his friend. I'm getting as close as I can. I rubbed up his ass a little bit, and he keeps leaving. And he is as confused as we are. Because, you got to give him the benefit of the doubt. He may just be a guy that's just a little quirky in the way he sees things and the way he behaves. If you met this guy at a party, he would probably be pretty entertaining, I would imagine. He'd be that kind of guy that you'd have the conversation with and say, what the fuck did we just talk about? This guy is, he's really off the wall. But so let's give him the benefit of the doubt here, and let's see if he can win this game. And there's only one enemy left. It's the artillery. All he has to do is go find him, and he's driving around, and there's some messaging going on in chat, and he's got 4 kills, this guy. Like, is he for real? Who knows, right? Well, let's see. He's going to win this game, right? He's going to go into the corner, either where the map was just pinged there, or K1. Either corner, right? Go to either corner and you'll find the artillery. You got a minute. Just go to either. It looks like he's going to this corner. He's headed over there by the tracks where the artillery usually hides. That's what he's going to do, right? Here he goes. He's going to find the artillery and win this game. The artillery's probably over there in the bushes. Here he goes. Well, you remember the professor I told you about, who just goes into the bathroom, turns around, and then leaves? That's why this whole thing reminded me of that, right? Like, he drove to the cap, he kind of drove in there, turned around, and then he left. So maybe this guy is an ultra genius scientist who's working on, the secret government genome project to extend life to humans. And he's so smart that his brain is constantly being used, manipulating and understanding parabolic facts that we have no clue about. This guy is so smart that just simple socially normal situations for you and I are beyond his grasp. And now he's going to drive back to the cap, and he's decided that it's probably best if he just doesn't do anything and has a draw. So here you go. The Stug did pretty good, and user 30002295542. I don't know. What do you think of it, guys? Sometimes, you just can't make heads or tails out of things. I don't know what the fuck is going on.